Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I am your host, Bro Power the Geek. Next up, we've got Daniel Willy Cat Santos versus Joo Sang Yoo. And let me just say, this is one of those fights where the cage door closes and you immediately hide the popcorn because you know it won't last long. These two are violence merchants, plain and simple. Let's talk about it. First up is Daniel Willy Cat Santos, coming in as a -125 favorite with a record of 12-2. If you've ever watched a shoot box fighter before, you know the deal. Pressure, chaos, and the kind of defense that makes their coaches age in dog years. Santos is like that friend who says, "Don't worry, I got this," right before running headfirst into traffic. But it works, because he's got knockout power for days. 6 of his wins have come by KO TKO, including that brutal knee finish of John Castaneda. His pressure is relentless. He walks guys down, forces brawls, and has even started adding wrestling into the mix. Against Johnny Munoz Jr., he landed takedowns and controlled on the mat, so the guy's no longer just a wild striker, he's rounding things out. His Muay Thai background shines through too. Nasty kicks, clinch elbows, and knees up the middle that make you rethink why you signed the contract. He even has some submission chops. Purple belt in jiu-jitsu with a couple tap wins on the resume. But here's the double-edged sword, his defense. Santos eats punches like they're samples at Costco. His striking defense is just 51%, and he absorbs nearly 5 significant strikes a minute. Julio Arce exposed that in his UFC debut, staying clean while Santos winged wild combos. Add in his occasional recklessness, questionable cardio if the fight drags late, and you've got a fighter who's as dangerous to himself as he is to his opponent. High risk, high reward. Now on the other side, we've got Joo Sang Yoo, the +115 underdog rocking a perfect 9-0 record. First of all, having Zombie Jr. as your nickname while being mentored by the Korean Zombie. That's like being Batman's intern. Expectations are sky high. And his debut delivered. A 28-second one-punch knockout that left Jekka Saragi face-planted like he slipped on black ice. That left hook was picture perfect. The kind of knockout that gets replayed on UFC highlights for months. Technically, Yoo's striking is sharp. His debut showed crazy accuracy, 75% significant strike accuracy, and he mixes in body work and angles really well. He's got good instincts in the clinch and along the cage, plus a solid takedown defense game. If he does get planted on his back, he scrambles quick. And being undefeated, with multiple first-round knockouts, gives him that aura of, maybe this kid's the real deal. But, and there's always a but, Yoo can be hesitant. Sometimes he fights like he's waiting for his Uber to arrive instead of pulling the trigger. Against elite opponents, that hesitation lets them dictate the pace. And just like his mentor, his defense isn't airtight. He tends to drop his hands, which is like sending Santos a handwritten invitation to knee or hook him upside the head. On the ground, Yoo doesn't really hunt for finishes, and against higher-level competition, that lack of killer instinct might cost him. Oh, and let's be real. Knocking out Saragi in 28 seconds is cool, but it doesn't exactly answer whether you can survive someone like Santos throwing heat for 15 minutes. So, who wins? Well, for Yoo, the path is about being composed and picking his shots. If he can exploit Santos's leaky defense, his clean counter-striking could land the shot that flips the script. He's got the power to end it if Santos gets too reckless. Staying calm, using range, and letting Santos run into his shots is how Zombie Jr. pulls it off. For Santos, it's about staying true to what got him here: chaos. Push forward, drown Yoo in volume, and don't give him the time to sit back and think. Yoo's hesitancy is tailor-made for someone like Santos to overwhelm. If Santos can mix in some wrestling the way he did against Munoz, that makes Yoo even more uncomfortable. It's simple. Pressure until something lands, and something usually does. Official pick. I'm rolling with Daniel Willy Cat Santos. I think his relentless pressure and volume will overwhelm Yoo, and eventually, that defense cracks. My call? Santos lands big and gets the finish inside the distance, probably in one of those wild exchanges where both men throw, but only one is still standing. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy. Leave a comment below and let me know who you got winning this fight. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.